Hello, we're Pima Community College. I'm Amy.
I'm Lauren.
And I'm Romina. Okay.
I'd love to talk to you today about our study tours.
Okay. All right, I'll give you an overview of what we were considering for your university high school students. Would be a week-long trip, depending again on your needs, but we were under the impression that perhaps it would be a spring break. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sort of, it wasn't going to be the whole semester. Okay. So a week-long stay for your students in homestays, with excursions to local sites, museums, and maybe you can speak more about this, but the comparative studies that we were looking at incorporating.
Sure, we were looking at your initial program description, or what the global studies class, and the focus on the Mayan, Aztec, and Inca cultures, and possibly doing visits to different sites and doing a comparative study in the field with the students.
Also, one of the ideas of planning is to maybe have some joint class with their Mexican students in one of the communities, in high school students. Students from Arizona from your school can see dynamics in Mexican schools.
How does this sound to you? What are some of the other details that you would like for your students?
Well, not all of our students speak Spanish, so how would that work with the joint class?
Because we weren't thinking that they will fully participate, but more like observers in the class, and we will definitely have some translator in the class who will help some students, and if some students know the Spanish, then they also can help each other and can have a teamwork in the class. And at the same time, we will warn the teacher to speak slower and to keep in mind that they have guests, non-Spanish speaker guests.
And then living accommodations? How's that?
Yeah, we would definitely, since you really want to get a sense of what their neighbors are like across the border, to live with families. Most of them speak English. We could pair them with English-speaking families. So that wouldn't be a problem. Could also do 2 students together if that was another issue. For high school, we know that's a little bit, might be intimidating for some students who have never traveled or stayed with another family. But we see it really as integral part to getting into the community and really seeing how people live, to stay with those families.
Who are your staff? Who runs the program when they're there? Do we need to send around faculty on the program? Do you provide chaperones and educators?
We've got local staff in the area. You wouldn't necessarily need to send any of your faculty unless it was something that you were really interested in doing. You felt like it was a student could benefit from it. We're flexible, but it wouldn't be necessary.
I'm assuming you would send at least one, maybe 1 or 2.
Well, that's what I'm asking. If you have people who are with them through, is there an orientation from the beginning to the end who's assigned to that group? Then, we have to figure out if we have to pay our staff additionally to be able to go on the program. So does the program fee, what is the program fee? Does the program fee include the staff who will be responsible for our students?
Yes. Yeah, we have local guides that will be with the students all week. But it would be probably best if there was a school contact person traveling with them. About how many students do you expect to participate?
Well, we're not sure yet. We have anywhere from 20 to maybe...
If everybody decided to go, could be
Yeah,
maybe come, 100
we're working looking out is if it's a required curriculum for all of our students who are in the global studies course.
What is your capacity for students? How many could your program entail?
Well, we were just talking 50 to 70 business folks, so we could handle all of your students for sure.
And in ideal situation, we wouldn't have have a lot of people and large group of people, and if we can accommodate them in maybe different breaks, because I know that you guys have school breaks. There's 2 breaks and President's Day break, and if we can accommodate them in 2 weeks,
And
then it would be much better, and for the participants themselves, not to be around 50 people as they're back in school, but have.
Right. Well, what we were wondering is if there's multiple homestay locations, so perhaps we would have multiple groups of maybe 20, 25 students living in maybe 2 or 3 different host communities, simultaneously doing activities that you have planned, but not necessarily at the same time. And just an idea of the program pricing, just for the sake of trying to figure out, there's 25 students per group. What is the program cost, and what does that include?
Okay. The program cost.
I defer to you every time.
Per student for an entire week would be $500. That includes the homestay, the excursions, the transportation, and
Within Mexico.
yes, within Mexico, and the meals. Are
3 meals a day?
yes, 3 meals a day. 2, maybe just 2. Actually, I take that back. Sorry, breakfast and dinner with the homestay, in order so we don't interrupt the day.
Right. We'll be out and
So.
about.
So this kid would be responsible for lunch, paying for their lunch
Lunch.
in addition, and then any additional expenses?
Additional expenses might be excursions. Well, because we were thinking of adding the cost to the whole cost, like museum cost, because they want to learn more about, your students want to learn about why Aztecs, and they want to have all this site visits. So maybe museum, we didn't think about it yet. It might be added to the cost, or might be as additional cost. So we consider it as a part.
So what excursions then are included?
We have transportation to the site visits, but probably not tickets. They include? Okay, they
It's
include.
in the 10 minutes that we designed the program,
I would think it would be more economic for you to book all the arrangements in advance, so that you
Yeah.
could be getting group prices to
Right.
help lower
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Is insurance, travel insurance included?
Yes.
Do they, are there any kind of, like you were talking about having them do interactive experiences with other youth in the areas? Are there any sort of service-oriented
I was
projects?
going to ask you, are you interested in having a community service project component to it?
Something we've just discussed, but if that, we'd like to know whether that's a possibility.
It certainly is. And we were thinking about that, especially with a school, maybe around a school-based project, helping out or improving the school in some way, and really forming a connection with counterparts in that community.